today is the big day. I know you got a lot of shit going on, but bear with me for, say, 1 minute. Let me show you guys all these banger products that we have dropping that are live right now on the website. We are gonna start off with all of the t-shirts. We're dropping 5 t-shirts. We are selling this t-shirt for $15. Probably cost us more to manufacture this t-shirt, but let's be honest. It's Black Friday. We're hooking you. Good two-step. I know I installed the Motec on my vocal box last night. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's $15. And before I move on any further, every single t-shirt, you see that, Jared? America on all of them. So we got a $15 tee for all my Subaru friends out there. I know you're probably broke like me because we keep blowing our cars up, but I have a shirt for you because if you want to show off how terrible your EJ motor is, we have the shirt for you. We have it in a charcoal color, have it in a black color. Subarus can make good power. It just takes a lot of money, you feel. I don't know where I'm going with that either. But here's the back, a very, very nice EJ 2.5 design. It might be a 2-liter. I'm guessing it's a 2.5.
Well, you gotta show the details.
Let me get Mr. Videographer over here to zoom in on this detail. I don't know who printed that, but I think it's a company called The Print Shop that just does crazy quality. My favorite tees of the drop by a mile, the Type R tees. Y'all know I love my Type R these days. I might buy another one day because they're so sick. So we got that in indigo and in black. And I'd like to present to you my favorite item of the drop. Nice and simple, bro. These things are so damn comfortable. Is this a crew neck? I think it's called the crew neck. I call it a long sleeve. Very nice and thick, elegant, simple, effective.
Buy this for your girl?
At first glance, this may look like a chick sweater, right? But I promise you it's not. And it's not because I like it, and I'm a dude. You ready for the back? Jared, I'm sorry, but your car's gotta go. We can't have you driving a lame ass stock Evo anymore. So this is the first hoodie. Don't let your friends drive lame cars. Second hoodie, we are calling this one the Tech Hoodie. Pocket print on the front, a sick logo right here. And the coordinates probably to my house on the side. Hopefully it's not to my house, so don't Google it. You remember last launch a couple of weeks back, you guys sold these things out in 8.8 seconds. We brought windbreakers back in a dark gray with the hyper blue print on it. Can't get much better. We're really stepping up our quality here at Boston. So we are dropping this high freaking quality anorak. This is kind of like a windbreaker on steroids. It's very, very thick. Let me show you some features. We got this pouch up front. You can put like your cat or your dog in here, or maybe your phone, or you know, your hand. We got a banging gold logo. It's just quality, okay? Moving on to joggers, we got 2 pairs today. We have the Voss & Co. run down the leg like I'm wearing right here. In Japanese, it says automotive lifestyle because that's what we're all about. And then we have some brown jogger with a nice bubbly Voss & Apparel Co. Simple yet effective. Drop is live for 24 hours. If you are trying to get Christmas gifts for your car, get some shit for your car. Site is open and live right now, 11 a.m. PST, and we are capping the site off at 11 a.m. PST tomorrow, which is Saturday. Every single order over $100 does qualify for free shipping. What else we got? If you're trying to get Christmas gifts, this is our last drop before Christmas, and your stuff is gonna obviously arrive well before Christmas, so don't be a last minute shopper like me. First link down below. Thank you. Goodbye. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Getting today started off with a quick rip in the airbag light free Type R. We're headed back to the windshield place and they want to take a look at the lane assist camera thingy. I'm hoping by the end of today we will have no codes left on this car. That'd be ideal.
If it's equipped with adaptive cruise, it's all connected.
Turn on the ACC light. You see that on the dash? These new cars have so many different systems I'm not used to.
And they all connect, so the lane departure, forward collision, and adaptive, it's all, yeah, see, no response. So it doesn't even let me to calibrate.
I'm trying to find that adaptive cruise control unit.
It's a square box, and it's usually in the grill there.
When I got this, because I bought a whole front clip off the older one, the harness was different, so I put my harness on it. There's one main connector by the front wheel, right in front of the front wheel, right? I guess pretty much where the fog light would be. It looks like almost like an ECU connector. but there's no modules or anything down there to connect it to. So we're trying to pull the car in the shop, and for the last 30 minutes, the parking brake has been stuck on. No matter what we do, no matter how many times we clear it, we cannot get the parking brake to release. Which, this problem has never happened on this car before, so I don't know why it's happening now. But we can't move the car with the parking brake on, so not really sure what we're gonna do. So this car is being a complete piece of shit. I don't know what's wrong with it. Had a few different people look at it. So what I'm doing is I'm literally pulling off the electric parking brake modules off the back of the calipers using this little Allen wrench. It took about an hour to get this side done. So let's go ahead and knock out the other side, and we will no longer be stranded in the snow in my shorts. I know I'm bitching and complaining right now, but I'm pissed off at this Honda. Why would it randomly do this when it's worked 1,000 times before? All right, we made it back to the shop. Basically, I don't know what happened. I applied the parking brake, and then I went to disengage the parking brake, and it was stuck on. So what I had to do, as you guys saw, is crawl underneath the car and unbolt both rear e-brake actuators, and it was no fun. I'm gonna tell you that. If you have to do that, be prepared to be very, very cold if you're doing it in the winter. There's both the actuators there. I need to figure out why that happened. And then as far as the lane assist BS goes, there's a radar thing up front that's missing on this car, so we cannot get that situated until we get the radar in, which that's fine. But yeah, let's get this thing up on the lift and hopefully figure out why our e-brake is all of a sudden giving us issues. So I went ahead and scanned the ABS system again to see if any new codes came up. Of course, we now have an open circuit on both of the electric parking brake actuators, so these bottom two. We still have the steering angle sensor. Now, of course, to diagnose this, I do need to get the car back up in the air, and we're gonna go ahead and put on the parking brake actuators again. I'm so confused. The electronics confused me, if you can't tell. Okay, I went ahead, wiped the codes, turned the ignition switch off. Oh, I love wiring. It's off. Come on, let's go. Read codes. 2 steering angle sensor codes still. Communication failure with the ACC, which I think, what is that? Automatic cruise control. And then, of course, we still have the short circuit for the wheel speed sensor. But the weird thing is, when it comes up here, it still says we have an electronic parking brake issue.
Please depress the brake pedal to release the parking brake.
So it's recognizing that we're trying to release the parking brake. As you guys heard, hit the brake pedal, release parking brake, nothing. Now the weird thing is, if we come in on the Autel, go to brake system, electric parking brake, watch what it says. Device unable to communicate with the control unit. So for some reason, our electric parking brake control unit, wherever that is located on the car, is probably not getting power somehow. I have a feeling this is going to be a long drawn out issue. Hopefully it's not. I'm going to start with simple stuff, all fuses and all grounds. too dumb for these new cars. The electric parking brake doesn't work unless you put the seatbelt on, Devin. Who would have known? I didn't know. I spent a whole day, all day yesterday, all morning this morning. Just to put my seatbelt on.
Please depress the brake pedal to release the parking brake.
I wish they would like tell you. So when you hit the parking brake button, look here. When you hit the parking brake button, that pops up on the dash and she yells at you on the radio. If you don't have the seatbelt plugged in, it would be nice if she said, yo, put your seatbelt on. I've done some dumb stuff before, but this is probably the dumbest thing. I'm gonna go tell Jared so Jared can roast me. You wanna win $10? I'll give you 5 guesses to tell me what was wrong with the car.
Fuse?
No. Think new car shit.
Okay.
He doesn't know either.
New car shit? Hold on, wait.
Is it something literally like functionally that you just weren't
Correct.
disengaging it properly?
Just, you gotta guess.
Is there like a certain sequence you have to follow?
You're taking way too long.
Did
Bro,
you not press the button to disengage
you
it? I
have to
don't know.
put the damn seatbelt on to disengage.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh,
I had to Google it.
Bad.
Dude,
Bro, the Audi wasn't even like that. It had the same,
yeah.
but the Audi was also
I hate
09.
new cars. It is always something easy, especially when it's random like that. If it was never working out, understand, but when it works and then it doesn't, it's always something easy. All right, I want to kind of dive into the steering angle sensor code. Now that I'm on the topic of it's always something easy, I'm probably gonna start with it's always something easy on this as well. So the DTC it's throwing is C0051-96, steering angle sensor failure. Sensor detects internal failure. So I have this little printout. Now this is for a 2018 Accord. That's all I could find online for it. So we need to turn the vehicle on and check the EPS system with the scanner tool. So we have 3 codes in the EPS system. Left rear wheel speed sensor. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that real quick. I'm gonna just try to swap the sensors from left to right because they're actually the same sensor left to right and they're very, very cheap from Honda. I think it's like $20 or $30 for the sensor. Then we have the VSA system malfunction, which I think that's the vehicle sight assist. And then the camera malfunction as well. So there's only 1 code in here we can take care of today. Let's go ahead and knock that out and then move forward with the steering angle sensor code. All right, it's still throwing a left rear wheel speed sensor. We swapped sensors, so we know it's not a sensor issue. It's got to be a wiring related issue. I am a little bit concerned it could be an ABS wiring issue, being how we had to completely wire in a whole new ABS pump connector. If you guys remember, there was like 30 or 40 wires we had to connect. There's a possibility one of those is loose, came apart, or maybe connected to the wrong wire. So I found a nice layout diagram online on this random website. So here it shows us we're chasing down the 37-14 left rear. So we need to check for continuity between body ground and appropriate wheel speed sensor terminals of the VSA modulator control unit 46P connector individually. See table. With the connector obviously disconnected. Sensor positive is number 42. Sensor negative, which would be ground, feed number 41 on that connector. So we're gonna check both of those for continuity between body ground and the connector. So I posted on Instagram because the diagrams I found were apparently not accurate for Type R. They're for like a 1.5 liter Civic, and a bunch of you guys came through and helped me out. So shout out to a ton of you guys who emailed me diagrams. I'm gonna do some testing on the ABS pump connector, and hopefully we can figure out what exactly is going on, why this car is throwing the rear ABS sensor code for the driver's rear wheel. So like I suspected, we have appears to be an open wire. So I went through this whole checklist right here, went through everything, got to the bottom. We're checking continuity between the control unit 46P connector and the appropriate wheel speed sensor connector terminal. There's supposed to be continuity. Obviously, if it says no continuity, repair and open in the wire between the appropriate wheel speed sensor and the VSA module control unit. Now, just to confirm, I'm gonna do the same check on the passenger side rear. So there should be continuity between wheel speed sensor wiring and it looks like terminal 46 of the ABS pump. And as you heard, there was continuity, so we now know our problem. I'm 100% sure it lies somewhere in that splice we had to make. So now the fun part, digging down in here and pulling apart the wiring, figuring out if the wire is disconnected or most likely probably connected to the wrong terminal. And we ain't got much space. I found the problem, my friends. You wanna know what the problem was? Let me show you. Simple and easy mistake. Terminal 42 is gray, so instead of ripping apart the whole entire wiring harness, I decided to check the one only other gray wire in that plug-in, and guess what? It has continuity to the rear ABS sensor wiring. So all I did was I took two grays and I flipped them on accident and I put them in the wrong spot. And that's why we have an ABS issue. So we need to take pin 11 and 42 need to be flipped. They're both the identical color. And like I said, simple mistake. I'm just glad I was able to find it and hopefully resolve the issue fast. I shouldn't say it's resolved yet because it's not. I'm gonna go flip these around, put the car back together, reset the system, fire it up, see what happens. All right. Let's hop in, clear the codes, and look at no more ABS codes together. No more ABS light. Come on, baby. Look at that. No more ABS code. Okay. I'm so hyped. Took a little bit longer than expected to fix that one. I thought it was just gonna be a sensor, to be honest. But Devin drops the ball again. But hey, we got her fixed. So now all we have, the ABS system is a PGM F5 battery sensor, which that should be a very, very easy fix. There's a little sensor on top of the battery. I gotta figure that out. And then of course, this camera is throwing a code. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do a checkup on the steering angle sensor. I'm not sure if that wire is gonna change anything. All right, erase codes. Hey, look at that. Two birds with one stone. The other wire just so happened to be for the steering angle sensor. Now we don't have a steering angle code. Damn, we are knocking these codes out of the park today. We fixed the e-brake stupid thing, which that was dumb. And now we have no more ABS code and no steering angle sensor code. So the only code, I don't know why I'm filming on my GoPro so much. It's probably terrible. Hopefully it's not too terrible of quality. The only codes we have left are codes for the camera, which I'm waiting on that radar to come in so we can get that 100% situated, which that also has to do with the ACC, which is like the active cruise control. So if you have your cruise control on and you're coming up on a car, this is how I understand it. Coming up on a car, the Type R will automatically slow down on its own, and the radar has a big role in that as well. So we have that code left. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and scan the whole entire system right now and tell you all the codes that we have left. Camera, battery sensor, camera. All right, there's one more code that we can hopefully take care of tonight, and that is a P16E3 PGM FI battery sensor LIN communication error. I do not know what that means. These new cars have sensors everywhere. Probably have a sensor for like the shift knob, make sure it's screwed on all the way. But let's see what this is all about. This guy right here just completely cut his off and just spliced the two wires together. That's a little janky. I don't know if I want to go down that route. So the sensor is this one right here on the negative battery terminal. That's the sensor there. So I'm just gonna double check all the wiring real quick. Maybe pull this loom back and see if I see any issues. Probably gonna have to pull the battery for this one. Well, that is fine. All the wiring is fine. So we may actually have a charging issue with the car, maybe about an alternator or something. So I found this little write-up online, or not write-up, a troubleshooting guide online. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the battery back in. There's some testing we gotta do with the alternator and whatnot, some more continuity tests, and hopefully it's not another plug in the ABS connector that is misplaced. That'd be ironic. Well, I'm starting to realize that pretty much every electrical issue I ever run into is always something stupid. I always over complicate electrical issues. So let me real quick run you through what I did, because I'm not gonna include any of that previous footage. It was whack, no need for any of it. And to be honest, Honda should have put this higher up. So I did 7 other tests, just checking random stuff, continuity and power and all this stuff. Excuse me, 6 other tests. On test 7, it says fuse check fuse 24 in the underhood fuse box. So I did that and the fuse tested good, but check this out. So this fuse right here is the fuse that was in fuse location 24. That's the OEM style fuse. And as soon as I put an OEM style fuse in that location, code went away. We're good to go. No more battery weird code. And I'm not gonna even lie, that was about an hour and a half of random diagnosing just for a fuse. I love it. I freaking love it. So I think we are officially down to just the camera code and then that random like air temp sensor code that's in the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and call that a night here. I'm very, very pleased with the progress we made today. We got the e-brake fixed. We got the ABS sensor fixed. We got the steering angle sensor fixed and the battery sensor fixed. They're all very easy fixes. It just took a minute to diagnose. I do owe a huge shout out to my guy, Nick. He's been helping me out. Nick, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, bro. He's been sending me a ton of like diagrams and whatnot over, and it's been a huge help. So Nick, I appreciate you, my man. Yeah, that's a wrap for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.